Hey, Auntie.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey,
where
Chappelle
your
Show,
glasses at, Jason?
Chappelle Show, Chappelle Show. Oh, Chappelle Show. I feel like we should come in with like a theme song. And it's got to be something like the Chappelle Show.
Hey, Yolanda, you muted.
We can't hear you.
Mm.
Stop playing with me, Mr. Rodriguez. I said I
Uh-oh.
know. Hold on, I'm trying to fix my volume.
We can't hear you.
You still can't hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, lying self.
uh, it's another marvelous Monday.
Why your eyes so low?
What? Oh, why my eyes so low? Because I just woke up. Like I'm trying to get some sleep, and I just woke up. Like.
It looks like it.
Did you do any extracurricular activity, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yolanda,
I was just asking.
Yolanda.
Yes.
Hey, y'all.
How's
Hello.
everybody?
Mm,
where's Mr.
I don't know if he's waiting for the grand entrance or,
most
but
likely.
oh well. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to another rendition of the Frontline News, bringing you Frontline News and conversation from around urban America and beyond. Um, Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great start to their week. We have a interesting conversation this evening, but before we start on our conversation and introduce our hosts, because we have many hosts to the show, there are many layers to the show. First, we have to really make sure that we pay the bills, they say. So um, this broadcast is being brought to you by, of course, blackusa.news. Got to thank Donnie Glover and the Donnie Glover whole Be More News team and the whole Black Wall Street team for allowing us to be able to have this platform and have these discussions with the community. Also, this program is being brought to you by People Empowered by the Struggle. That is our nonprofit, 501c3 nonprofit. Um, and we are kind of a one-stop shop for all struggles. It doesn't matter what you may be dealing with or no matter what you may be addressing in Baltimore City. Even in some cases out in the county as well. Help some folks out in the county as well, although, we tend to stay in the city limits. But again, if you're having trouble anywhere, technically around the state of Maryland, I would suggest that you get in contact with People Empowered by the Struggle. Again, we are a one-stop shop for all struggles. We are available 24 hours a day for just if you need to talk to someone in reference to your struggle that you may be going through, or maybe you just need to talk to someone in general because you're just not feeling all that well. You're feeling a little melancholy, as they say, and you may be thinking some thoughts. You really need to reach out to some folks. Again, reach out to us. We are available 24 hours a day, and we'll get through whatever your struggles may be together, and figure this thing called life out together. So you can get in contact with us. You can visit our website at pbts.org. You could visit our website and find out more information, or you can also email us at pebts.org@gmail.com. And again, now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, let's get into the crust of our show. So without further ado, the first crust of our show, or piece of the pie, former mayoral candidate for Baltimore City, should have been your mayor. If she was your mayor, you may know where your mayor is right now, and you may not be asking what club is your mayor twerking or DJing at right now. because he may be at a club somewhere twerking or DJing. With everything that's going on right now. But again, if she was your mayor, you wouldn't have to worry about the twerking mayor. You would know where your mayor is. Your mayor would be out there in the streets like she is every day. Folks, welcome Miss Yolanda Pulley, future mayor of Baltimore City.
Who's twerking?
Is that tears?
No, I'm just saying, who's twerking? I mean, you mean DJing? I never heard of the twerking part, but thank you for having me. Thank you for another day, just another manic Monday. Remember that, Donna?
I do. I got one for you too, though.
I wish it was Sunday.
No, go ahead, Jason.
All right, and so our additional host of our show, someone who I consider to be my big sis. She's hard on me when I definitely need some of them harsh talks. She is a certified life coach. She will definitely help you to be able to get your affairs in order. Someone that we definitely trust to keep our affairs in order with people empowered by the struggle. Our chief financial officer for our organization, as well as just truly an active member, one of the most active members in our organization, Ms. Donna Tebron Green. Good afternoon.
Hey, y'all. So, Yolanda, really, really quick. Y'all, Olivia Newton-John passed away today. And I just gave Boopa, yes, I was just telling Boopa, Yolanda, what did our mother used to do to us?
Make us sing them damn songs.
Which one?
Olivia Newton-John.
Break it to me gently. Give me time. Oh, give me a little time. She's the pain. That's what I'm saying. Rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John.
Oh,
you actually went to an interesting song. I was thinking it'd be something like what she did the song with John Travolta.
On Grease, no.
Grease,
Our trauma goes way back. Listen,
that's two different people.
When I think of Olivia Newton-John, I think of, remember the shirts that were like this, the sweatshirts that were like this, and let's get physical.
That was her number one song.
Physical. No, that's what I remember. Juice Newton is the one that sang "Break It."
Oh Jesus, Juice Newton, my God. So sorry, Olivia. Rest in peace to you anyway.
You said Olivia Newton-John.
Oops. Hey, Benita. I missed the first comment. What was that? My bad, y'all. I was singing Juice Newton song. It just took me back. Okay.
I'm gonna need anyway. To take that apostrophe.
You got me in tears already. It's gonna be an interesting show. And last but not least, well, no, actually not last but not least. I'm sorry, because we have somebody waiting on the wings of the deck, like
Wait a minute, but Jason, who died?
Huh?
I'm trying to figure out, Donna, which one died?
Olivia Newton-John.
My head aside.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, I made you watch Grease how many times?
Rest in peace, Miss Olivia Newton-John. Goodness. Well, anyway, look, in your phone, don't they know not to call you during 5 to 6?
I don't think trauma.
It's life hours.
Right.
Let's move on. Our other host of our show, really one of the active parts of our youth movement within our organization. Someone again who I've admired just for her tenacity, her strength, her willingness to help out whenever needed to be helped out with the organization, always stepping up, especially when it comes to our seniors. She's definitely a protector of our seniors, our most golden, precious commodity in our community, and the oldest of the wisest of wisdom in our community. This beautiful young lady again, really and truly is a defender of our seniors out there in our community. So, without further ado, I have to, give greetings and give you your flowers now, Miss Pretty DJ.
Hello,
And
fam.
we appreciate you. We really do. There's many times that she's really stepped up, especially her and Adrian, uh, your son Donna, and and so I really appreciate the fact that whenever we need some young leaders, there are always young leaders within our organization.
Accessible and available. I love it.
That's right. That's right. And the willingness to just want to put in. So we appreciate that. And talking about somebody with the willingness to have to be off to the side somewhere and wait
get on
for
somebody's
a
nerves.
grand
The willingness
entrance.
to gotta be extra and everything. Go ahead.
Well, he wants to be announced as the GOAT. And I don't know if he's talking about the greatest of all times or
no, he's
just
talking about the
GOAT.
Billy Goat.
Just the GOAT. We're not sure yet, but someone who's definitely someone who I admire for just his lyric ability. Definitely has the gift. As far as that rap game is concerned, I'd like to see him in maybe a Baltimore rap battle. Wouldn't that be interesting? A Baltimore rap battle.
It's Deron against that net. DJ keep hitting that. What's going on?
Oh, look, he got.
DJ, you're muted.
He got sidebarred for a nat. No. Let's not do that. So, without further ado,
So I'm not muted.
King Duran. Where's King Duran?
Is he really going to do this?
King James comes in way earlier than that. No, we can't
in the
hear
meantime, Yolanda, you want to introduce Jason? Because I noticed don't nobody ever introduce you. Ever. And we just keep it on moving.
I might say something if I could get King James to,
the GOAT might be in the bathroom.
King Duran to come in live.
He might be at
the king of is the throne in the bathroom. I'm with Don.
Try it again. There you go.
Here.
There you go. Pretty rich.
Your cheeks too big for the.
I just don't got it.
Something?
Why didn't you just introduce him as Slappy the Squirrel?
I think DJ sent that net over here. Now there's something flying around me. I don't understand.
Keep it there.
It's like the Brady Bunch. You can reach into each other's grid, eh?
Yeah, where is it going? Coming over in my studio.
Well, what we're gonna do now is, Deron, you got something to say with your bug guys?
Yeah.
Nah, I just don't. It's just fun. I'm like so tired. I don't understand why. Like my eyes are saying it. That's crazy.
That's what my eyes are saying too. They're very, very tired.
Stop entertaining people.
Your glass is crooked. Your glass is crooked. One lens bigger than the other.
Ain't one lens bigger than the other. Stop it.
And your nose shiny.
Got a nose, man. Jesus.
Go in there. Do like Chris Patch. Just go put some powder on it.
Like, look. I just don't got it, brother.
Is your eyes crossed?
I might have did that.
Oh, thank God. Jesus,
yeah, I might have did that.
Well, what we're going to do is we're now going to introduce the hardest working man, not only in radio, not only in people empowered by the struggle, not only in personal life. We want to introduce you to the one, the only,
in America.
Yeah, the greatest, the Egyptian, the Jamaican, the faking Jamaican, the aerosol to my spray.
Brother, what's going on here, brother? What's going on?
I'm trying to understand who they're talking about.
Yeah, what's going on?
We're talking about the one, the only DJ Rod, better known as Jason Rodriguez.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Jason.
Rod, you ain't thinking he was talking about you.
Nah.
I appreciate it.
We
so
said
much for
the
God, man.
hardest worker in the KKK. I mean, America KKK.
What? In the KKK? What?
In America KKK.
America.
America. Okay.
No, America.
Okay.
Okay.
That was your
Well,
introduction.
I appreciate it. I don't know how to take it necessarily with the.
I sent you to earn soul of my spray.
Yeah, that kind of threw me through a loop.
The frick to her frack.
It played out well up here, but it just didn't sound.
Yeah, it
right.
didn't
The
resonate.
pinky to her brain.
Yeah, it didn't resonate.
No, Donna, you're the pinky to the brain.
The tongue to her jury.
Okay.
The peanut to my
frick,
jelly.
as my mom used to say, her frick to her frack.
Yeah.
You didn't hear me say that?
Yeah.
I just really said that.
We doing comparisons
I
right now.
really said the frick to her frack, and he just repeated it. Like the Alzheimer's coming in. Okay,
You know what they say about old people.
Let's get going on with this subject. Which one we going to talk about first?
Well, I was talking to Yolanda, and when she told me what was going on, the only thing I could think of is, do we title this show as Children Gone Wild or Children Gone, crazy, or do we go Parents, run astray? Because, there's enough blame to kind of point around in reference
the lost sheep.
Right.
Well, the question that I posed to to my co-host is that about the 9-year-old boy that shot the 15-year-old. He's not going to be charged because under state of Maryland statute laws, he cannot be charged because of his age. Now, do you necessarily charge the one who gun it was because it wasn't in a protected box? Let's just say, who's at fault here?
The child is not getting charged.
No, I'm talking about how did the child get the gun? Who's at fault here?
Right. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Who want to start?
That's a tough one.
It is. I mean, I can't fathom the thought that because he walked out the house. She said children going buck wild. My God, Benita.
I like that. I like that. Children going buck wild.
Like, was it an accident?
We got some homeless issues coming at you Tuesday. Chicken. We having chicken? Somebody have chicken?
Well, I said, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Oh, he said the chicken.
Yolanda thinking about food. Excuse her.
Yes, I was. Okay, so the little boy walked out the house, walked down the street, walked down around the corner. People seen him with the gun. Nobody stopped this child. Nobody said anything to him. He ended up with the 15-year-old and shot her in the head. I don't know if he dropped the gun and the gun went off, which I don't understand why the safety would not be on the gun. How did he take the safety off if the safety was on?
Well, the safety is just a switch, if anything.
But Yolanda, I mean, if you saw a 9-year-old walking down the street, I get it. It is Baltimore. But if you saw a 9-year-old walking down the street with a gun, you automatically going to assume it's a toy.
I said that on the radio earlier.
But automatically, like you are. I mean, in Baltimore, I'm just very careful about them all. But for me, a 9-year-old, the first thing I'm gonna think about is it's a toy. That's the first thing.
You see what Chap just said? Guns are drop tested. They just don't go off when they're dropped. That's movie BS.
I think at 9 years old, you don't have the capacity to know the harm that this particular tool that you have in your hand can do. I mean, I think that's why it's important that whoever the security guard was or the armed guard was, this should have been put up.
You 9, you get what I'm saying? Especially in today's society, you get what I'm saying? Like, everything is glorified. Everything wrong is glorified.
He said it's 9-year-olds over East carrying guns.
But see, that's why I said, although in Baltimore, because in Baltimore, I mean, typically, I would say between 12 and up. You generally don't think that a 9-year-old has been grabbed by that yet.
I mean, yeah, but again, it all goes to what are you around? Like if you want to place that blame on everybody he walked past.
Yeah. Well,
How?
his aunt is an armed security guard.
How you gonna blame it on everybody he walked past when
Because they
Because
seen it,
whether you thought it was a toy or not, you didn't stop that and say, hey, what you doing? You get what I'm saying? Or grab that little boy when he walked past you. Like you didn't think to do any of that.
Grab him.
How did he
That's
even hold it
He's
up
got
to
a gun
even
in his
point?
hand. Who knows what he might do?
where he's 9. You get what I'm saying? Like he's not the most
What is this? A
powerful
big ass
9-year-old.
9-year-old?
That's what I'm saying. He's not the most powerful 9-year-old. What we have to do is we have to stop this. I'm gonna mind my business stuff because everybody
Exactly. I
gets
said
hurt
that.
when
I
something
said that
gets hurt.
earlier too.
Like when something happens, everybody is affected. I don't know anything about the situation, but I can only imagine. You get what I'm saying? Like
I can't even
I can only
imagine.
feel compassionate about it because, like, we help people every day. And if I'm sitting outside or I'm, going about my day and I see a kid what looks to be like a gun, I'm gonna say, hey, like, yo, what are you doing? Like, put
And
that
Okay,
hope
away.
he
why was the
does.
Like, if
child
that a toy,
outside?
put that away.
Why was the child outside that time of night?
What time is it?
What time did it say, Jason?
I don't know. I know it was in the evening.
And was this like random? Like didn't they say he knew the girl?
Donna, he walked around there, walked up on the porch and shot her.
Right.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, is that what he considered conflict resolution?
Yeah, but
First of all, why is a 9-year-old having a conflict with a 15-year-old? They talking about
Yolanda,
it was an
we
accident.
learned our conflict resolution from in the house. We learned it from people that we think is good,
I'm
or
not talking about that. I'm not talking about that, Don. I'm talking about the sheer fact that one, yeah, you talk about the conflict. He went and got a gun, but was she his babysitter? Was
I
she?
mean, like that,
Who was
like
she to him?
that's what I said. What was it? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, at some point, somebody seen that little boy. If everybody know he lived right here, and he walked around the corner, walked down the street, whatever, on his journey to that spot, he was supposed to have been stopped.
Well, I don't like the narrative that the news is pushing, talking about. Maybe, I mean, like it was a 15-year-old that looked like she just went to prom or some graduation or something on a picture that they put out, and a 9-year-old, like they was playing around with a gun and it was a mistake. It accidentally went off. When the father says that he felt like it was intentional.
Whether
Right.
it was intentional or not, that's why I'm saying we have to stop that. That's not my
Well, he
kid.
didn't feel
I
like
don't
it was a
care.
mistake. He said he felt
We
like he
have to
did it on
stop that.
purpose.
But here's the
We have
thing.
to
So
stop that. We might have. But we have to
Maryland
stop
law.
that thought process, man, because it affects everybody. That's 2 children that could possibly, one has already lost their life. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a child. They didn't even get the
They heard
experience
the
like that.
gunshot, ran on the porch, and he found his fifth. They found her laying there. Jesus Christ!
in
I
addition
get that.
to the cousin
I
or
get
whoever that was who gun that was, can you just imagine what's going
right.
through their head? Like
Well, that's the whole thing, though. That's what kind of circles back to, square A. To the whole beginning of the conversation. The person who is the registered gun owner, who
Well,
has
they
a
said the
profession.
charges will be filed.
They are a
They didn't say on
professional.
who.
So this is not just an amateur gun owner. This is not
Mhm.
someone who just purchased a gun and didn't know how to store it or handle it. This is someone who should have known that they were going around the presence of children, and it should really looked at defending or protecting that weapon from getting into illicit hands, for
Well,
getting
see, that's
into
what I said
the wrong
earlier on the
hands.
radio, that we should never be that comfortable thinking that we're this oldest big bad disciplinary, and because I tell you not to touch it, you're not gonna touch it. When curiosity always killed the cat.
But see, the thing is though, because we can't just straight say, oh well, she shouldn't have had it in the possession or whatever. She might have thought like he didn't know anything about it. She put it at the top of the closet, in the back where it was hidden. You're not
They
about to
have
tell
gun
me she just
locks.
had it. Yeah, you're not about
They
to
have
tell
gun
me she just
locks.
had it just sitting right there on a nightstand,
But they
just
have gun
open.
locks. It should have never been in a position to where a child should have been able to get at that trigger. I own plenty of weapons, and I'm
Yeah,
telling
but
you, like
again, kids
all my
get
guns
into
had gun
things.
locks on them, on the trigger.
Kids get into things. Like, and
And
you
people
don't
make
even know.
mistakes. Like people, she
Yeah,
could have been tired just coming from work. Like
yeah,
we
and
can't
then to put it
assume what the
down.
situation is. It's just real bad.
But all
Yeah,
right, so then if the parents can't get necessarily justice through their alleged shooter, do they get justice from the parent, or do they get justice from the person who is the owner of the gun? Do they get justice that way?
Well,
you
it's
get
also
justice
Should they
another
be
from.
scenario,
charged?
but it's also another scenario that can happen. They can hold off charges until he turned legal age.
Nah, that's not fair. That's not fair.
The criminal
That's
justice
not
system
fair.
has never been fair for us.
I
Mm.
know, and
They
that's
hold
not fair
children.
because
And then
They
he
hold
it's no
children all the time.
because it's no what's the name in murder? Like it's no
No
what's that?
statute of
statute of
limitation.
Statute of
limitation.
limitation.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like, nah, man, that's not fair because yo, young man
There's
might grow up
nothing
and be
fair about
something great.
none of that
Yeah,
whole
that's not.
situation. There's nothing
I
fair
mean,
about the
right?
9-year-old getting a gun. It's nothing fair about the 15-year-old dying. It's nothing fair about it's nothing fair. Fairness it can't be considered in this at
Yeah, I
Yes,
all.
know
he
a lot
he
of
gotta live with
times
this for the
those.
rest of his natural born life.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know a lot of
Yeah,
times those guards, those armed guards, tend to be licensed and bonded. And what may end up happening is that you may end up seeing a civil suit out of this, and the family going after the bond or the licensing of this. Unfortunately, individual who didn't do the right thing. In my eyes, they didn't do the right thing. I've had plenty of guns, and I can tell you, I always made sure because I didn't know whether or not there would be that day, where he goes out there. Now, my son used to put them hands up. They'll tell you about him in Brooklyn Homes. He used to put them hands up. He used to knuckle up out there. But I wanted to make sure that if he did have one of those days where, somebody got the best of him in the streets, he didn't decide to come inside the house and grab the weapon and go running out in the streets. That's somebody that's responsible, that knows that they have weapons in their household around
Mm-hmm.
children. In
But
this
what happens to we
situation, they
win
weren't
some, we
being
lose
responsible.
some? Yeah, but what happens to we win some, we lose
World
some, we live.
Star.
Yeah, we live to fight another day.
But World
We
Star,
live to
that's what
fight another
happened.
day.
The thought that you may be embarrassed, you would rather make a decision that's going to affect you and your loved ones for the rest of your life.
Another thing is also this music called drill music. It's called drill music. So all they're talking about is killing and this, that, and the third. So
yeah.
what they
That's why
hear
I
is what they're
said.
gonna do.
That's why I said everything is glorified. All of the wrong things are glorified nowadays. So it's literally nothing that you can literally do.
Somebody brought
You
that
can
up
turn
on the
off
radio
every
show.
TV. You can turn off every radio. You can take every electronic out of their possession. As soon as school start or they get around other people, everybody don't apply the same rules that you apply.
Well, that's what someone was saying on the radio show today on Patrick Henderson's Meet the People. They were saying that, everything has, homicides or shootings or killing involved in it. Whether you're watching movies, whether you're, listening to rap music and you hearing it in, like you said, in the drill music, whether you're playing it in your video games with Grand
Mm-hmm.
Theft Auto and games like that, where you're going around and just shooting people at random, Gears of War or whatever, type of military games there are. Everything is about kill, 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 and then even when you go out into society, you even run into that as well. You have road rage and, people just killing people over little nonsense, and it's being sensationalized in the news. So, the young folks have grown numb, to death, to murder. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and
They are numb
that's
to
why
it.
I said everybody that kid walked past that seen that kid should be held responsible, man. Not as far as like the law or nothing like that, but they should feel some type of way, like, because you literally could have prevented that. But we are so caught up in this mindset where I'm gonna mind my business, so it's not my child, it's not my situation, where we have no compassion for each other at all. We have none. If something happens to somebody, it's just like, oh well, it wasn't me. Like, you can't, like, that is a child that lost their life. And a whole nother child that was affected by that choice that child made. These are children that's involved. You got to do better as people, man.
Yeah, but you know another thing,
Woman,
Devon. I don't know
woman.
exactly what the situation is. I'm just going to throw this out there. Unfortunately, like I said, with conflict resolution, and another thing that I talk about, and I talk to a lot of my clients about, is the way that we process what we're going through.
Yeah,
It's like we teach our kids, and you guys learn, unfortunately, from us how to process your thoughts and your feelings. And with you being a guy and being raised around us, we've always pushed you to be stronger than that, not to show no feelings, and then almost being robotic. So you take that and then you take that out into the world and you don't show no feelings, so you're robotic, and the only thing you're comfortable with showing is anger. Why do we always look at everything? It's like when we're pissed off, when we're upset, when we have, besides happy, everything is mad. Everything is anger. Why do we all we more
because
comfortable
that
with going back to anger than we
be,
are with hurt?
because that's the emotion that is always accepted.
Unfortunately, you're right. It's
It's
learned
bad.
behavior.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's bad.
actually right. And that's what I was going to say. It's actually, the method that we've become conditioned to, and
When
Hmm.
we've
you
become
when you're
used to.
angry, everybody would want to help. When you're angry, when you're sad, everybody go, "Oh, you got it. Don't worry about it." When you're happy, people don't want to see that. When you're angry, that's when everybody, "Well, what's wrong? What's going on? Talk to me. What's going on?" That's the only time people help is
Yeah,
when you're
but Devon,
angry.
that's the
That
only
is
time it
terrible
actually show though. Like, because when you say it, you ain't showing nobody you say it because you've learned that is
because
weak.
it's not
So
because
you
it's not
tend to
accepted.
cover up the sad. You tend to cover
Yeah,
up the frustrated. You
because
tend to show the anger.
because the sad is not accepted. Sad is not accepted. Happy is not accepted. Um,
It's
uh,
not even not accepted. It's not recognized.
yeah, because it's not accepted. Because if you say like we know each other, so if I see you cry, I'm gonna say, hey, well, what's wrong, and I'm gonna find ways to help. But if you
Yeah,
take
but
that
that's when
same
you see
sad
me cry.
outside,
But Devon, how often have you seen me cry?
not often, not at all.
That's what I'm saying. So how often do you think I was sad?
Yeah, facts. Like I'm
But how
pretty sure you
often
said
did you see me? But
a lot,
Devon, how often did I show you I was angry?
a lot.
And very proud to show you that, right?
Right.
But it's been times that I was devastatedly sad and depressed, and I didn't know how to vent that. But the
Hmm.
only thing that I knew to show was my anger, because people recognize the anger. They don't
Yeah.
recognize the sad and frustrating. They don't recognize that. We're not taught to recognize that.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
I don't mean to break conversation, but I want to do this before we actually forget. Um, we have a family member of one of our own that's their family members is missing. I need any and everybody to share this post. They still have not been found. This is the 74-year-old and the 4-year-old. She might have suffered a medical emergency, but he's artistic, and we don't know where they are. Um, Anybody can get in touch with somebody on this phone.
It went black.
Yeah, let's see. Anybody can see this, the number that's on the phone. I
Yeah.
need somebody to, post, reshare, stream, do something. We got to bring this family home. I don't think she's in her right state of mind. When she left the water running. She left the door open, and she left out the house with no money. So the last place she was seen was McDonald's at Ricestown Road Plaza. She had no money on her, so somebody else bought her food. We need to, find her ASAP.
Someone said, can you send a screenshot?
And I'll see if I can pull that up and display that for everyone.
Yeah, it's everything is
If you
just
want
here.
Miss Gaines, you can go to my Facebook page. Is on there. Yolanda Yoshi's World Pulley. My page is not private. You can go on there and share the post. But Jason, if you can pull it up.
I'm sharing. I'm going to share it right now.
Did somebody share it to the PBTS page?
I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. I just shared it from my personal page.
Yeah, I shared it from my personal. Share it from PBTS too.
There we go. Let me get a comment out of the way.
Yeah, we can't forget about Praniti and her family. She does too much for people empowered by the struggle. You see, she's saying that they're devastated. Yeah, I need people to see. The thing is you see, I shared this yesterday, and it's only 14 comments and 2 shares. If it was your family member, 11 emojis. If it was your family member, would you want massive shares? We have to bring these people home. Last seen in Park Heights. Yes, time is of the essence. And we need to do all that we can as it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. And because this is not somebody famous or something like that doesn't mean that it does not deserve to be shared through every social media. If that was your mother, your grandmother, your son since last Thursday, and she left out in the wicked storm, and nobody's seen her since.
Well, we'll leave this up there for a minute while we transition into kind of part two of our conversation. So I don't know if some folks are familiar what has taken place in reference to our youth. You had a 9-year-old shoot uh, uh, a young lady. You had an incident out also in the county as well that took place.
No, in the county, it was a teenager that shot an 8-year-old.
Shot an 8-year-old, and just recently, if you guys follow websites or well, not websites, follow things on Instagram, like for instance, like Murder Inc. Baltimore, the mother of the young man who's accused of shooting the white man who was wielding a bat, we'll say alleged to be wielding a bat at a bunch of young squeegee young men out on the corner. The mother spoke out, and you can actually watch that video. It's 22 minutes. You can watch that whole video on Murder Inc. Be More on Instagram. And it's quite interesting because it seems like she blames.
She blaming.
Wait a minute, DJ, who said send me your number? Who's that?
That's my business page.
So why is it on here?
I don't know. Who they sent it to?
Okay.
Yeah, they're I can tell you this: what I saw on Instagram didn't go over so well.
Malik Ruffin is the oldest living missing person in the U.S. and lives in Bmore and advocates. Wow.
Yeah, Jason, that interview, I couldn't even watch the whole thing because the first thing we need to do as parents is be accountable.
Can somebody get that off of there?
We absolutely have to be accountable. So, instead of pointing the fingers, placing the blame, you tell where you went wrong first. Tell where like that, like if you're not going to be accountable, please don't it just bothers me that now, regardless of what his thinking pattern was, she's trying to justify it.
Well, that's what desperation looks like. She don't have no answers for her son.
She won't get the answers by pointing the fingers. Like he's the one that pulled the trigger. Yeah. It's a lot of people that need answers.
Let's say alleged. Let's say alleged.
Yeah, alleged.
Let's say alleged.
Yeah, alleged. We have to say alleged for
He's the one that allegedly pulled the trigger. That's claiming self-defense. So therefore, within that, like we got to have some hard conversations and you know, some uncomfortable conversations that we're not willing to have, and we're trying to point the finger at what somebody else is doing, when they did it and how they did it, and what white folk got away with this, that, and the other. Like, we can't keep doing that. Like, what lessons are we teaching our kids by not holding them accountable for their stuff?
Well, actually, his father is the one that turned him in. That's the video right there.
Yeah, no,
so
I don't want to see that no more.
when you get a chance, folks, if you do want to watch the video in its entirety, it's 22 minutes. And I can tell you that the Instagram universe has not been nice to this dear mother. A lot of folks think that she is a complete fool for posting this video. A lot of folks have kind of, there seems to be a common theme that they all feel that the mother is to blame for the child's demise.
It's not even a blame. What they're saying is, sometimes it's better to not say anything than to sit up there and try to say something.
Right. But I'm saying that some of these posts have been, again, directed at her, saying that no wonder why the child, has done what he has been alleged to have done. Look at this
over
mother.
90,000 views on here, and we can't get people to share a post about a missing our senior and a 4-year-old.
Of course not.
We as a people, we have failed. I'm letting y'all all know now. We have failed.
Right. And I'm glad you said it like that, because anybody that condones it, anybody that passed the buck, anybody that make an excuse for it, and anybody that knows somebody that's doing it currently, and anybody that glorified, we are all a part of it. We are all a part of it because all of us know somebody that's done something. Either it's been us or somebody else that we've not spoke out about. Like, it's like, and then we want to point the finger and say what somebody else did until we get caught up doing it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
and it's always going to be the same mess.
Yeah, I'm just sickened because everybody loses in the end. The white man, he was a father, even though he should have recognized he was a father. He should have recognized he was a husband. He should have recognized he was a hard worker before he jumped out that car. But everybody at the end, everybody loses. Nobody wins in those type of scenarios. And we're not raising children, we're breeding children, because that child should never have been put in front of and put in an adult situation to defend himself nor nobody else.
I think did he get Warren Brown?
Well, I think that Warren Brown and J. Wendell Gordon stepped up. A lot of people are saying that they stepped up because it's a very high-profile case.
It is. They love that. And God, I'm not a fan of Warren Brown. Let's keep it moving.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that they knew that they wasn't going to have good representation because, I don't know who can afford a lawyer that's going to have that amount of money from,
And see, that's what we need to be teaching our kids when they go out there and do things like that. Like, we don't have the money for attorneys. We don't have the money for cremations and for funerals. And
for the ransom,
I don't know how many more people want to take advantage of GoFundMe, but I'm tired of it.
Yeah, well, we we don't have the money for the ransoms that they set out because they don't give black people bails. They give the family ransoms. They know that the person incarcerated can't get themselves out. So it's handed off into the family, that is just crazy in our judicial system.
It's set up to fail us.
Yeah, I can't buy a house or a car. I can't buy a house or a car, but you're going to give, you want me to pay a $50,000 bail. Where did that make sense at? I barely keep up my bills, but now I have to put my house up and hope that you go to court.
Well, here's the $100,000 question. Again, should this parent be held responsible in reference to what took place, in reference to the shooting, or is this a mother that should be defended and a child that should be defended?
What can she do? I mean, he left out the door every day just because she knew he was doing. She didn't know what he was going to get into that day. I mean, how can you necessarily hold the mother responsible? I mean, this is what I'm saying. In black communities, we say it's okay for our children to go hang out in the streets, raise them. Instead of them being in the house like normal children do, we have glorified them running the streets.
Without checking behind what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I had the type of neighbors that I don't know what kind of, I think I had the type of kids that people love telling on, because I promise you, everywhere I moved at, when I was pulling up, they was telling me something. Everywhere. Aren't they your sons?
Yes, they was.
Well, Donna, you
everywhere I went, and that my sons used to wonder how I knew, because everybody did not like y'all.
Yeah, but Donna, look at the neighborhoods that you lived in. You lived in neighborhoods where people actually cared. They didn't want to see, certain things in their neighborhood, so they went to the parent and said something to the parent. Versus we just let children run outside all willy nilly. We give them bus fare and we give them bus fare, and we give them call them Lyfts and Ubers and all kinds of stuff for them to go to nonsense. Why is your child not in the house when they're not doing anything productive?
We used to have that saying, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
I don't care if it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Why is your child, you don't know where your child is? Oh, he was outside. Just go outside and get out my face. Next thing you know, your child in East Baltimore, you left west. Your child riding off in somebody's car, and you didn't even know they were gone.
Not only that, you getting a call or a knock on your door that your child was at a party somewhere and they're no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
People, we got to do better. It's not the street's job to raise your children, watch after your children, or even care about your children. It's your job. And we should give a moment of silence to those families, because like I said, in the end, everybody lost. Nobody's winning. And we're going to pray for, the safe return of the 74-year-old and the 4-year-old, because I know his parents is about to lose their mind. Donna had played a trick on me one time. I'm going to tell you about this. Donna had played a trick on me one time. And when I say, she did the most. Donna, if anybody didn't know, we're biological sisters. My life coach we're biological. She did the most this one time. She took little Ron, my son, and didn't tell me. And I'm running around the house looking for him. I'm running outside because I'm not the one to sit up there and let my children run outside and I don't know where they at. Matter of fact, I didn't even let my children go outside without adult supervision. Or one of their siblings, which Khadijah or Duran, which they was, 9 and 7 years older than Lil Ron. She took him to Randallstown and did not tell me, and let me suffer for at least an hour. And I was losing. DJ ain't funny. And I was losing. Donna, remember when you took Lil Ron and didn't tell me? So can you imagine how that woman feels? If I lost my mind in an hour, can you imagine that woman not having her child since Thursday?
Mm-hmm. I've taken a lot, like your cat, yeah.
That was my cat.
Jason,
that was my cat.
I took Lil Ron. I took who else baby I took? Somebody else baby.
You took Jordan.
I took Jordan plenty of times because I just feel like, why not? Sorry. My bad.
Well,
I apologize.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You apologize.
You think the parents should know? Like,
you apologize 15 years later?
It's been 15 years.
He about to be 18, child.
I apologize. Listen, it's no time frame on apology.
No statute of limitation, eh?
None. I apologize.
Oh, artistic and nonverbal. The 4-year-old is artistic and nonverbal. And nobody has a cell phone. She could have ran out of gas. Anything. Because if she didn't have the money for the food, I'm pretty sure she didn't have money to put gas in the car. We are now sitting at Monday. This happened Thursday. We got to do better as people. If it had been a little white child missing, good God, this thing would have went viral in no time. And within the first couple of hours, it would have been shared in every state, every community.
Of course.
Over Ukraine, everywhere. They would have been sharing. And the point of sharing is that you never know who or who's seen what. That's the point of sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Paniti, our prayers go out to you and your family. We're praying, and like I said, if we wanted to start a search party, but the only thing is that they don't know if foul play is involved or not. And if we was to get involved, that means that we're interfering with a police investigation. But if there's anything that we can do for your family, Paniti, you let us know.
Yeah, I can't fathom. I can't fathom. But again, that's why we need the community's help. Social media, is definitely a huge landscape that can be covered. And we hope that folks would maybe just take a look out wherever they're at. Maybe something happened in her drive. It was bad weather from what we understand. They could be on the side of the road somewhere, and just you going out and taking a walk.
Yeah, but we're not. They haven't 8 in 4 days. That's what I'm saying. They haven't 8 in 4 days.
I mean, I would hope that's not the case. But again, maybe if you just stretch out in your little circle, wherever you're at, just maybe just take a look around. Maybe they're in an alley, in one of these streets somewhere.
Yeah, red Kia. I think it was a red Kia, and they posted the red Kia and the license plate. So we need to be vigilant. Kia. We need to start taking better. We need to do a better job of taking care of our own communities, because this should never have happened. And even if it did happen, it should not be this long.
I actually have the screenshot for that. So before we go, it actually has the picture of, as well as the car.
Make sure all of them is posted on the PBTS page.
Yeah, I didn't even see the one with the car. I'm glad you found that. I need to send that to me, Jason. Because even if I have to post it every day, all day, or every hour on the hour, I will do that until they bring these people home. I need to see massive shares on this. We are a black network, so this means that well, you didn't have to put that out there, Pranitha. That's our business. Who I contact, like. Pranitha's mom, she has like the sweetest soul, and she do not deserve this. She cries all day, every day about her missing family member. Mm-hmm. But this is a black network. I don't care if it's in the state of Maryland or not. We don't know where she is. We don't know if she made a mistake and jumped on the highway. We don't know anything. I need everybody to share it. Mm-hmm. Sharing is caring amongst our people. It's never too late to do the right thing.
6 minutes.
Yeah, we can do our closing out, the final thoughts. Donnie, you want to start?
Like I said, we have to start having some uncomfortable conversations, and and just we have to show our kids and our community that we're willing to be accountable for our things too.
Yes. I agree with you, Auntie.
DJ, go ahead.
I agree with you, Auntie. And we need to start like having a more compassionate heart to what's going on in our community. and stop just passing it off because it's not us or it's not them. Like, that's not fair.
Deron.
Same, just piggybacking off what Donna said. We as a community, we definitely had to have the toughest of conversations revolved around our own traumas that happened to us, family traumas, a whole bunch of things. Each family has to sit down and have particular conversations because we can't move forward like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you're absolutely correct. Piggybacking off of what Donna and Khadijah has mentioned, our silence is consent. And every day that this family is missing and we know about it, that means that we are actually playing a role in them not returning home.
And being silent is
we have to get out of that
yeah. Being silent is saying something. That means
right.
You don't care.
If it ain't your family, if it's not somebody you know, that means that you don't care. It's somebody's child, somebody's mother, somebody's grandmother. For the love of God, let's do the right thing. Jason?
I'm sorry.
Your final thoughts.
I guess to wrap things up. Someone once said, "I believe the children are the future. Let them live and let them lead the way."
I can't follow behind these kids. I'm not gonna do it.
Huh?
I'm not following behind these children. No, not these ones we got here now.
But I think that we need to make sure that we are doing a better job in our community in grabbing our children. This problem that we're seeing all throughout urban America, unfortunately, could be nipped within one generation. And there's been many folks that have put out studies in reference to this. If we would just start at ground zero in our households and get a hold of our children a little better. I'm praying for all the families involved in what has taken place, because remember, to all of these situations, there are two families that are suffering in the process. Although a child may be accused of murder, the most heinous crime in our community, and the community may shun their back on young Black children when they commit these heinous acts. The families that are attached to these children, they don't ostracize these children or throw these children away. Many times these families have to deal with the burden of their children being incarcerated for almost a lifetime, and also have to deal with other things like rearing their children if they had any children at a young age as well. So we know that these families go through a lot on both sides, and we're praying for our community in general that we get a better grip on our children, because again, they are our future, and that's really all I have.
It's not one responsibility; it's all our responsibility, because it's a domino effect. So if you want to protect your children now, you better protect your children later. You better do something with the ones that we have now. Well, this is our end of our show. We want to thank you for joining us. Thank you for the love and the comments. This is a two-way conversation. The next time, if you would like to come on and share your thoughts, please don't hesitate. It's always down in the bottom on the group, in the chat somewhere. He always posts it. So we want to say, love you and good night.
Let's bring our family home. Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Make sure y'all share the picture of the vehicle and the picture of the grandmother and the son, please. Make sure you share this.